You're listening to the Bayou City Podcast. Here's your host, Jackson Cochran.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the Bayou City Podcast. Thank you, intro guy. Here on the Bayou City Podcast, we typically cover a lot of sports in the Houston market. We like our Astros, our Texans, Dynamo, Rockets, and mostly anything around the city of Houston. We just embrace its culture and we just love our city. This month is the NFL's time to shine. We are going to go over some fantasy football stuff leading into your drafts, and more specifically, we want to target the new fantasy players. Just because you're joining a league, you don't know what's going on. Everyone said, hey, we're going to fill you in on draft day. Well, that's good and all, but what we want to do here at the Bayou City Podcast, after playing for about 15 years of fantasy football, multiple leagues, multiple auctions, snakes, best ball, all these types of scenarios. I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you right now, but don't worry about that because we're not going to cover those things right away. I'm trying to give you some fantasy insight for a beginner, rules and situations that you need to do leading up to draft day. I'm not going to give you a lot of homework, but I just want to let you know so you're not feeling overwhelmed, uncomfortable, unsure of things. We're going to help you out. That's what we want to do here. I mean, we want to give you some lessons, tutor you, coach you up, that whenever you go in there on draft day as that newbie, everyone's going to be like, okay, well, I'm not going to try to sway your judgment. You actually kind of know what you're doing. And are you serious? You're a first timer? Well, that's what we want to do. It's a fun game. You're going to hang out with some people, either coworkers, friends, family members, maybe some randos online. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. We just want to make sure that you feel comfortable and are ready to have fun because, like I said, I've been playing for over 15 years and I still love this game. Back to what I was saying, we are going to help you out, go into your draft, be prepared, give you some tips, just a little bit of homework, stuff for you to get familiar with. Whenever you're ready to actually draft on draft day, that's whenever it's your time to shine. The very first rule that I'm going to throw out there for you, if you are already signed up for a league and you don't know what you're doing, get familiar with the rules of the league. How many teams? How many roster spots? How many bench spots? What are your points? Those small tips right there are going to help you out tremendously. That's what you need to get familiar with. Going into anything, once you have your account created, just gloss over a couple things, and then we can start to go over more details of what you need to do leading up to draft day for you new beginners. And some of you novices who've been playing for a while, we could talk draft strategy soon. Don't worry. Novice, intermediate, even advanced. Draft strategy's coming. Don't worry. We have all that in store for you coming up this month on the Bayou City Podcast.